As someone who has traveled to Japan for the past 10 years, here are 5 things I wish I would have done different on my first trip. Getting a Japan Rail Pass for 3 weeks on a 3-week trip might seem to make sense, but it really just is a waste of money, which is what I did. Basically, I thought that if I get a 3-week Rail Pass, I would kind of be able to spontaneously go places, but in the end, I ended up just staying in one spot for a longer time, like Kyoto or Tokyo, and that just really made no sense to pay the extra money for a 3-week Rail Pass when I didn't really use it that much. Honestly, I would have probably been better off with a 1-week or 2-week Rail Pass. So make sure to kind of calculate your trip, plan in advance, and see what Rail Pass makes sense for you. The second mistake I made was to just not overall do enough research. Honestly, I kind of just assumed I would be able to wing it and kind of just go with the flow, which worked to some degree, but after later trips, I realized that I missed so many amazing spots and I wish I visited them earlier. Or, if I wasn't able to come back, I would have missed so many things. So honestly, do your research. My account, for example, is a good spot, but also just do your own research. Kind of create at least a basic itinerary of things to see, because it's going to be better than just missing out on a lot of things because you didn't know about them. Another mistake I made was to only kind of visit major cities, or mostly major cities like Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, and kind of missing out on all of the amazing off the beaten path spots that now I know about. But honestly, I wish I could have just kind of explored more. I had 3 weeks, but I only mostly saw big cities. So yeah, if you are going to Japan, make sure to at least put a couple of off the beaten path or at least smaller destinations on your itinerary. In some places, I just ended up spending way too much time. Like on Okinawa, I was there for 6 days on a 3-week first time Japan trip. Just didn't really make a lot of sense. Also like 4 or 5 nights in Kyoto when I didn't almost see anything from Osaka. So kind of, I think 3 days is a good maximum amount of time to spend in one city before moving on. And last but not least, I also lost a lot of money because I exchanged money before I came to Japan at my local bank, which gave me an abysmal rate and also charged me some exorbitant fees. Instead, I wish I could have just gone to Japan and then used my ATM card to withdraw every time, or at least bring the cash into Japan and exchange it there for a much better rate. So I hope you were able to learn at least a bit from my mistakes. And again, I would recommend not doing these things specifically because you will have a much better time in Japan. And yeah, if these tips were helpful for you, feel free to like, feel free to follow, and I'll see you soon. See ya.